on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, in which I need to update some of that stuff. So, guys, I have so much to do, and I thought, okay, I'm just gonna get on here and I'm gonna craft you guys, and I'm gonna be bouncing from project to project because I am working on projects and I need to finish. And I needed to stop and I have to craft. This actually goes to my coachman. And I actually had to take it off of him last year. It's been in the house. The ribbon came off, and I want to do something really cool with it. So I need to update him. This here is a candle opera that I bought from Kirkland's. Let's see if I can pull you guys up. And it broke. And I had to buy a new one. And so I saved it. And let's see if I can show you. I'm going to try to get as much in as I can here. And I had to buy a new one, and I saved it. And you can see where it broke. I ended up smoothing it down. I painted it. It's actually white. I bought 4 of them. And let's see if I pull you back on. I saved it, and I thought, I'm going to use it for something. I'm going to put my molds up. For those who are following me on Facebook, I am trying to get my inventory up for my epoxy. And I am so far behind, it's not even funny. I am like 8 days from Halloween that I have to have everything done. And I'm not happy. And I'm running around here. So please, if I'm going in and out of sound, my apologies. I'm trying to put some stuff away. Some of my molds here from doing some new projects. Yeah. So my husband burnt some of my fencing from last year, and he took it all apart. So we've had to rebuild. And I know I haven't put my Halloween videos up from last year. I actually had them ready to go, and my program did not upload my videos. So this year, and it's 2 videos from last year. So I'm gonna try to get them up. I can't guarantee they'll be up before Halloween, but I will tell you that they will go up before this year's Halloween. So last year I had to go 360 around my house. So it's no longer just the front yard. It's actually completely around my house because, one, I had to contend with deer, which is something I'm not used to, but also COVID. So, yeah, it got really complicated. Anyway, so I had to buy a new one from Kirkland's. So I decided to save it, and I thought I'd do something with it. Now, if I got to this one, here is the top piece. You can see where it actually went together. Now, I've already smoothed the bottom of that out on the belt sander, but I have a chain of a bunch of skeleton heads. And what I did is I took one of the skeleton heads that came off, and I've started putting it together. And so I've already started working with it. And I put some black roses to it. And this actually came from a yard sale. This is a top of a candle. And I'm not done with it. I put some flowers to it. I don't really use the E6000 anymore because read the fine print, folks, because it actually does cause cancer. So I really don't. I use Gorilla Glue. Does not cause cancer. So I'm not really done with it. So I took the top of the actual candle piece. It doesn't really matter whether I guess it has spider boogers because it actually works into Halloween. So I want to do some more to the back of this one. So I'm probably going to blacken in the eyes a little bit, so I'm not done. So I needed pieces to go around the yard, and these were 97-cent bunches from Walmart because they really didn't have anything from the Dollar Tree this year. So again, again, I smoothed them out on the belt sander, and it actually goes this way, and I'm reusing it. And this skeleton head was part of one of my skeletons. So what I'm going to do, and I'm going to pull you back I put this skeleton head. Bam. Yay, right? So we are I'm gonna try to make sure y'all see everything. If I have to put you to everything, we are gonna have fun. So I'm gonna glue him on. I want to try to use my glue in the other room. So I have a bunch of projects here, and I have a bunch of projects. I do have a bunch of them on the table, and I will get to each and every one of them. But the first thing I need to do is to get him up here. I do have several, and I'm only going to put glue on this piece right here. And I'm going to set him aside for now. I will put pieces around him. I'm not going to put flowers on him yet. I do have other glues, other tubes. Are you kidding me? This is the time of year I go through glue like crazy. And I'm not worried about the coloring difference because of the original resin. Different type of resin. I go through a different, oh my god, I go through so much. I have so many cool projects coming, and I gotta finish my one how-to, and it's big, and it's gotta get done. I started it last year. You guys are gonna freaking love it. Okay, so this is just one of the little things. Now, when you get a candle holder like that, and again, that's the top of it. Right? Don't throw it away. No. So we're going to put it on. And I will probably blacken it down. And this is just one of my skeletons from the yard. I need pieces to go around the yard. And I have so many little bone pieces. And I'm using the jaw for something else. I did bring the jaw in. Because somebody donated one of the T-Rex. And it no longer works. The jaw, you can hear it clicking, but it doesn't roar anymore, but it doesn't have a jaw. So I'm taking the jaw from this, and I can't attach it, but I'm going to look like somebody beat the living crap out of it. Yeah, I'm crazy that way. My mom cracks me up. She goes, you know, we did Halloween, and I taught you different things, but who the hell taught you how to do all this stuff at Halloween? And I've expanded the yard once again this year, and if you guys have been following my Halloween for years, I really, really, really have expanded my Halloween massively. Massively, guys. So I did get this little prop. It was like $1.98 or 98 cents. I wanted to do some painting to that. I've got little paint trays everywhere. I go in and I take off the paint every so often. I've got real paint trays. But I'm at that point where I just use what I got everywhere. And I use what I got when I have it. I don't want to use my color shift. I actually want a brown. I guess I gotta pull my paint. I have 3 boxes of paint plus my actual paint. And I feel bad because you guys didn't see last year yet, because I really, really have massively expanded. And so, dark brown multi-surface, perfect. So I'm gonna stick this over. You can't just leave it on plastic and hope that it sets. I'm gonna show you everything that I got going on here. I feel bad because I really do have a neighborhood yard sale, and I've invited other ladies, but I do have 1,800 products of epoxy, and I'm working out a deal with a friend of mine who's a realtor for my all natural and my epoxy stuff, and I don't even have all my all natural made. But if you guys know, I kind of started mainly with my all natural and my ornament, and I just need enough brown. So I'm going to do a base of, because it's going to be going back and forth. I'm going to try to do a couple of videos. And I might do a couple videos today because I'm making a bunch of stuff for the yard and I can't show you guys that stuff yet. Sadly, sorry. my husband had to take some time off work because he's got days, lots of days yet. So I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna paint this portion brown, and then I'll go back in later and I'll do the crossbones, but I'm gonna go ahead and paint him white, and I'll go into detail. So I'm just gonna go in, I'm gonna paint all of this brown to here, and then I'll do it and paint brown or white. So it's not gonna be, it's not gonna totally stick because it is plastic. So I'm not gonna worry about how fancy this is because it's gonna take multiple coats. And then even when you're done, you have to worry about it flaking. So I highly recommend that you do a coat, a clear coat, which I recommend triple thick. And it will peel. And wait till you see what I'm also working on that I'm almost done with. We bought a new animatronic last year. And I'm working on redoing the sip. And I'm going to show you that after this. So I'm just going to do a thin coat because, again, don't worry about putting it on thick. And I'm not. And it with my fan on high because I'm doing a lot of stuff. Again, don't worry about all the little crevices and stuff. Again, this is going to be during the dark. And it is a prop. And with jump scares, sometimes it's actually used by hand, or it's actually used as a prop. You can leave this as is. I wouldn't worry about it. Or if you really, really want to do that, you can. I may on this one because I have others. I actually use real stuff as well. Just so you know that. Most of those are actually used up on a shelf. Sometimes I use real stuff that's old and rusted in my props. I don't generally let my jump scarers use the real thing in their hands because I don't need them tripping and falling. But I do use real things in my scenery. Even I wouldn't because I chase after people. So I'm just going to go through again, and this will dry pretty quickly, so before I finish this video I'll probably go in and do another coat. No big deal. Just stick with me. We have so many projects I need to get to. This is going to be fun. I have so many on the table you're going to enjoy. Some that I'm going to sit down to and show you many, many little details. And we'll get back to those many times. Some of these you don't want to worry too much about details because of how they're being used. And when I get to the clear coating, we'll probably see it in the next video. Be careful how you get up around the skeleton, which is up around the knob part. I know I haven't done any how-tos in a long time. I'm sorry. I am always working behind the scene. I'm always busy this time of month. I never sleep. And if you're close to me, you know October is my busiest month of the year. I literally do not sleep. I'm always working. If I sit down, I do literally pass out for a few hours, get up and keep moving. Literally, folks, that's not a joke. And right now my son's in college and he just got hit with midterm exam that he did not expect. And now I have to sit down and help him with his first real college paper. And I'm just going, oh geez, there was no preemptive attack on that one. And I'm just going, and his teacher had a IEP sent to him. And he's in, let me shut the door here. He's sleeping. Which is good because this gives me some time. He's got off schedule, that's part of who he is. So you can see that when I put a thin coat on, the fan's drying it. I'm just going rolling it. You can see that it's darkening just a little bit. And you'll see me run out. I don't have a water in here. The bathroom's like 5 feet from my door. I don't have water in here anymore because I spill it. Easier just to run into the bathroom. And I'll come back in. Not worried about directions. Again, folks, this is a prop. You'll see me get into other pieces that I do get into more details. I'm just wanting something that looks a little better. Probably be a long video because I have a lot of pieces to get to. I've been meaning to do these videos for the last week. One how-to, I won't show you what it is yet. Again, that one's been a work in progress for almost a year. Me trying to get to it. It's been hanging. It is a hanging piece. It's very, very heavy. There's only maybe two, 3 people that know what it is. Beautiful. My daughter knows what it is. My mother, my brother, my one brother. My kids know. Maybe 1 or 2 Patreons. Actually, a friend stopped by the other day. I'm just gonna sit this here. You do see a Nightmare Before Christmas deck here that I hope I eventually get to. It may not get done before Halloween, but it will get done by Christmas. Let me go and put this paint over for now. I love the new setup of this room. Let me wash out the brush real quick. Take me about 45 seconds. I have now blacked out my fence, except I got one little section that I have to cut I have to cut out a bag and do at the bottom because the fence got higher because of slope, and then I have a corner to do. But it was, my sensor lights don't go that far, and so I got to do that. And then I have the rest of my lighting to do around the guest house at the top, and then I'm adding some new lighting at the back of the house this year for the first time. Yeah, go figure. So I told you it wasn't gonna be long. So now I'm going to do some white. Where did my white go? There it is. Now you know what? Needs a different, well, I could do white the first coat, and then I'll do a bony color the second time. That's what I could do. And then leave the teeth white. That's what I'll do the first time around the head of the skull. And then I'll go in and black the eyes out, because it's almost dry. And then I'll leave that and I'll do another coat. Let me go down and do the edge right here. Go down and do this edge. I do hope that people that do follow, or if you're following along, please be sure to like the page, subscribe, and follow along. Subscribe, and then hit like, please. I can't read what anybody's saying right now if you are, because obviously my hands are right here and I'm in front of the camera, and I don't have my iPad in here, and my computer's in the other room because I was working on inventory. And I just don't have time to make my all natural right now. And I'm not happy about that right now, because that will be the bread and butter of my business. I'm very, very good at my stuff. And I have so many fantastic things coming. Once I get all the basics made and enough of the supplies, then I'll start doing my videos of making soap. Not the individual bars, because that'll bore you. Maybe the whips. and even I'm making bath bombs. We'll have fun with that. I'll even take some requests on soaps, like soap logs. And then this I'll have to let dry because the white's generally not as forgiving as the other colors. Just so you guys know that, a little tip on white. White's not as forgiving as the other colors. And this is a gloss at that. I learned that with painting. I've been painting since I was a kid. Unless it's an oil, and an oil is still, I should do some oil painting or some chalk paint. Oil chalk. I got my canvases up there. I need to do some canvas painting, maybe sometime in the spring. I miss doing stuff. I don't generally get to do stuff for myself. But I bought the canvases to do some canvas painting for my house, and I haven't done that yet either. But it's all about doing stuff. Anyway, my friend is a realtor. I finally got him to come over, and he actually did an eval on my house, and he hasn't even seen the guest house. And he said my house has jumped in value to over $200,000 because of everything I've done. And he's in love with my doors. So I was thinking, I knew just basic market value, it's already jumped over 90. So, and he said, you finish the guest house the same way and bump it to a 2.5. He goes, it's going to jump another 150,000. It's like, I just proved to my husband. So I'm going to let that fully dry. And I have to be careful when I put the second coat on the skull because it is plastic and it will peel. And I don't want it to peel. And I'm going to show you why. I said that I had another piece I want to show you. And I am working on more painting. I'm going to show you that too. I have about 3,000 paintbrushes. Not 3,000. 300 or 400 paintbrushes. Anywhere from cheap ones, depending on what I use, to very, very expensive ones. And that's literally not a joke. I've been painting a very long time. And I'm very picky about my paintbrushes, and I use them for different things. I have very fine, tiny. Hi. I just gave you food. Did I not? I gave you turkey. Would you like some treats? Hold on. You want treats? I'll give you treats. Up. Okay, see, lifetime demanding animals, and I have another cat in here. I might as well give him some treats. This is Mickey's room. You guys know Mickey. If you've been following me, you know this is Mickey's room. And the dogs don't generally come in here because they know it's Mickey's room. The closet, because it's all, this room is, actually my whole house is smart. We actually call it Mickey's Clubhouse. Mickey's Clubhouse? Whatever, I forgot. Is it Mickey's Clubhouse? Yeah, I think so. Whatever, I'll think. It's Mickey's Clubhouse. Mickey's, yeah, whatever. I'll think of it. Mickey's something. So, let me show you the piece that I'm working on. I said I was showing you the sift that I'm working on. So, this is the sift. This is part of the staff of the big animatronic. So, you have to be careful because it will peel. And right now, this is all color shifting paint. I have to finish the eye. And it is black and silver like that. And I went in and now I'm going back and outlining it again so it pops a little more. I don't have to, because if you can see down in here, you don't need to. But I'm going in because I want it to pop a little bit more. And I got to go in and do the eye a little bit more. Put a little second coat here, and then I'll put triple thick on it. I went in and I double outlined on the cracks. So I've been working on that. See here, it doesn't have to have it, but I'm going in and doing it anyway. So you don't have to do that. But I'm doing it so you can pop it more. And it does shift very nicely. That is the color shifting paint. And it's very cool. My snake is awesome. My little sift is. So I got it last year and I said I was going to do something with it this year. So I need to finish this today. That's going to get finished. That's something I do to sit and relax. Mickey's Clubhouse. Mickey's Clubhouse. Yeah, I think so. So one of the other things, I want to go ahead and try to finish this piece since that one's working on. I'm thinking about putting eyes in him. I have glass capuchons, big ones, that I'm thinking about putting eyes in the big skull. But the glue has to harden. So I want to show you something. You know how you can get the bags of little skulls? Okay, so these little skulls I've had for years, and I bought more of them this year. Now I took it to my belt grinder because there's this little seam right here, and I don't know if it shows it on this one. This one actually doesn't go. These, actually, that's the wrong one. That goes to something else. That goes, okay, wrong one. That goes to my actual little skeletons. These come in a bag, I think, for $2.98. They're actually like golf balls or putt-putt golf. So you'll see this little seam right here. I took it to the belt grinder. If you don't have a belt grinder, you can actually use a Dremel little belt or circular little cutter. But I used a belt grinder, and what I did is I just put it down there. You gotta be careful or it'll fly off. But I sanded it all the way down to this little seam here. And be careful, you'll actually hear it pop. As it gets to a certain point, put it down because the skull will peel. It's kind of actually cool. Put it down, let it sit, and you can pop the plastic off and then go back in and then finish it off. And I'm going to show you what I did. I got these little flowers at Walmart. And I made these really, really cool flowers. So I put them on 3. I could put them on all of them. I only had 5 packs of flowers because they were all sold out. But I have, I believe, more of them. And I'm going to show you. We're going to glue them on. I have some already here. So I have to do more of them. Bum, bum, bum. So, see? Cute. Aren't they cool? The little details I'm putting around my little yard. And I have 3 on each stem. But I take them all off. So I'm going to turn you downward now. Again, lots of little projects that you guys are going to enjoy here. It's like a multitude of craft projects. So here are 3 that are already done. And I have a bunch of them here. Lots of projects. So this is what they look like after they have been taken to the grinder. Or if you can cut them off. Okay. That's what they are. Fun little projects. Okay. I have more skulls if I could get more of these little flowers. You could put them into red roses or black roses. You could do bigger sunflowers, but the bigger sunflowers cost you a fortune. And especially if you can get skeletons this size. Yeah, good luck. You want to spend that kind of money. If you're only doing a little project, a little area, I do plan on trying to get to Little Shop of Horrors. That's eventually coming. But I keep telling my husband, you need to put a big shed out. We originally were planning on buying part of the property next door. Oh, yeah. Here's the skull, or jaw from that skeleton over there. We're going to use some pieces and reuse this. You're going to see. So, here's the stems. Normally I take them apart and do different things with. The bonus is I do have these. These were my incredible, creepy, psycho sound lights. I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet. I was hoping when I was at Walmart to find little flowers for them. No, sadly, because I could probably take these to the belt grinder too. Yeah, sadly. Yeah, it didn't work out the way I hoped. So I'm going to pick my flowers. I'm going to use that one. I don't want to use all. I love the little inside of it, but I don't want to use them all like that. So I'm going to put these 3 over. How many do I have? They should be even numbers. Oh, there's one hiding. Bam, bam, bam. Should be 6 of them. Yep. 3, 6. Because once they dry, I have to wait until they're actually dry, and then I could do a bunch. Let me see how many bunches. Yep, 6. I have 3 bunches. So I can finish out a bunch, and then while I'm talking to you, and then I can put another 6 over to dry. And then the next video, I can finish those out. Yeah, just my little fetish areas, little details in certain places. Little fun little things. I actually need to put those little skeletons in my pockets. They need to go back out to the little bone areas. And then I accidentally put the other 2. Take those back out. So I know I said I was going to use this one. I'm going to look for halfway decent. Alexa, read notification. Okay, that one looks pretty decent. There's 2. Okay, so I'll put these 2 heads over. Okay, let's pick another one. You don't want them to be perfect. There's another one. There's 3. Let's put this one over. Okay. It's Halloween. There's 3. There's 1. How about that one? What the heck? I don't care. This one works. Okay, so we'll put this one, and this one over for that one. And these 3, or these 6 will go over for the other one. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Alexa, read notification.
One new notification. From Amazon Shopping. From Michael, AAA batteries has arrived.
Thank you. Alexa, thank you. You
bet.
Okay, so get my glue. And we're going to take our Gorilla Glue, just in case. I'm going to glue around the edges. I need to get me one of those tube of toothpaste rollers. Start rolling it. Gets harder on my hands. It's got a goopy goo. Where's that piece of? No matter, I'll get another wipe. See if I get that goopy goop. I buy boxes, big boxes of baby wipes. Now it should flow. Other side. Thank you. There, sure. There it goes. And if it goes on the inside, don't worry about it because it's gonna eventually fall. And see all these little details people just love to look at haunted yards. It's not just animatronics, smoke and mirrors, illusions. It's all the little details that people pay attention to that they realize that people do. My friends, and I actually showed them behind the scenes, and I usually don't do that. And he goes, you know, if you sold all this together, I said, nobody gonna buy it all together. People want pieces and parts. They don't want everything. They want particular things. I'm only gonna do 3 at a time because Gorilla Glue starts to dry pretty darn fast. It gets really rubbery. I'll stick this up here. And then we're just gonna find a point. Get it up underneath these little things. And we're gonna squish it down in there. Gonna push underneath. Push in, because it's gonna pull back anyway. This way I get to the glue underneath, so you're gonna push it in. And again, it's gonna suction back out. See? But it grabs the glue. And I just stick it over. I'm gonna stick it back to the back over here on the silicone mat. I'm gonna do the same thing again. It really doesn't matter which one you grab. And then if you're just joining me, welcome. Thank you. I'm going to keep going. Lots of projects. I'm going to bounce from project to project. Pull these little leaves back. Lots of projects to do. And again, it'll suck it right back out, but it will grab the glue and pull it out with it. And I'll show you that on one of these dried ones. See, you can see how it did pull and it sucked dry all the way around. Because it's got like a felt middle. See? So now I need to do 3 more. And then that'll be the last of these this year. And I would love to do all of them. The problem of it is it would make them pretty heavy. And again, if you feel that it doesn't have enough glue, go back over it. My friend's like, you just freaking crazy. He goes, I love your twisted line. Just little tips of things. Some easily, if your husband's got a belt grinder, or if you have a Dremel, and you get to see me use the Dremel too. I want to turn around and use the belt grind or the Dremel yet. I have my messy clothes on because I have to go back out and build. I step it up every year. I think you guys remember that last year in Florida, I built my first electric chair out of pallets. I probably should have done a how-to on that. My girlfriend down the street, she was like, you crazy, because she sat and watched me. I said, I need you to hold this. And she's like, why? I was like, watch this. She goes, who taught you how to do that? I said, nothing. I just decided to do it. I said, I'm just showing you how to do it. She goes, you have no pattern for that? I said, no, I just said, I see it. I gave it to her. A small child could sit in it. Now, when I moved here, I think it was last year or the year before. Last year, we built a full-size one out of fencing and garden trim timbers. And anybody can sit in it now. And we keep it out sometimes just to sit in it. I probably should have did a how-to on that one because it's cool. And it's heavy duty as hell. Yep. After my husband watching me do the other one, he got in on the action. He's like, I love you. Sometimes he loves me. I guess after being married 29 years, he's annoyed by me. I'm more annoyed by him this year because I spent weeks on building my fencing last year, and then he took all of it apart and burnt some of it, and then he's denied it. Though it's kind of a small portion, and I say a small portion, I'm kind of happy because he ended up going out and getting some new stuff this year. Ended up finding something very special. So, and he's like, what, you see something in this? I know you see something in it. I'm like, oh, no way. And he's like, what? And I was like, look, you see this? You see this? And I pulled some things together. He's like, no way. So, yeah. And it's something I've made before. But yeah, you guys are going to be like, no way. And, yeah, I was like, well, because he's like, oh, well, the wood was rotten. No, it wasn't. We burnt the burnt wood. And I said, if a piece, or rotten wood, if the wood goes bad, then we replace the piece of wood. I said, we have over an acre. And I said, we're not moving anymore. If it goes bad, then you replace the wood. If it starts to get too much patina or soft, then you just take the wood off, or it's got a nice age. And I said, I'm too damn old for doing this stuff. I should be doing details like this. Okay, so now these pieces are done. And they're done. So now I get to put these on. Now, yeah, they snap on, but here we have to do an extra step because now we have to glue the tips. So now I'm just going to spread them out. And you want them to spread out to where it's like almost a six pound piece. And this can get a little complicated. So I'm going to pull you up. I'm going to pull you back up. Now, this is where I'm going to put it on here. If I bump you, I'm sorry. It's easier for me to put it here. And then pull from this pile. I think I've gone through 3 or 4 tubes so far this season. Makes it easier to take it and just dip it. That way I get it in the hole. And then me figure out where I want to put them. I'm looking at where they're positioned. Put one here. Because you want them to permanently go on, because when you're putting them out in the yard, you don't want them to pop off. Not even the ones that aren't. And even out when you start setting them over for them to dry, you don't want them to slide around. And if it slides right now and moves around, it's okay. It's when you go to sick them over. I know I wanted one right here. Yeah, and it popped off. What's that? Darn it, where'd it go? I don't need this on my table. Over here. Wipe. Alright, so third one. Probably recommend doing the lighter ones first. And go on to these. One more, and then I'm done with this for now. I didn't want to get so far ahead that I didn't treat you guys to this. And then I have a stick candy container, and it, of course, popped off. Moron. That's an idiot and moron at the same time. Alright, so I'm going to stick this over here. Now, turn them to where they all kind of go downward and direct them. Alright, so now they're going to dry. And again, so you can see what they look like, I'm going to show you a bunch. I have like 3 or 4 bunches already done. They're already dry. So you stick a bunch of them together in a row. Hi! I don't know who's there, but welcome. Be sure to like and subscribe. And I am working on a lot of projects right now. This will be one of many, and I'll be popping in and out as I do videos because I am working on my yard. Lots of them, and I have a very, very big project coming that's a how-to that I've been working on for a year. So it's a lot of projects going on. So I know that I've been lacking on my Halloween projects and sharing them and how-tos. So thank you for joining me. So I just showed you one. I'll stick this over. So if you've been watching Michael's, Michael's had I got big nails in my pocket. Michael's had the couple collection, and it was the pink skeleton couple collection with the pictures and the figurines. Now, I fell in love with one figurine, my husband fell in love with the other one, and I can't really tell you what, well, I've never decorated the inside of my house before, and there's a reason for that because I don't do the inside, but this year there is a reason why I did kind of do my front dining room, and I will leave it at that. You guys will see that later after I put up last year's videos and then this year's video after Halloween. So my husband and I compromised. He got his piece, I got my piece, and but I'm not a big pink fan, though my craft room is pink. The reason why my craft room is pink is because we went with jewel tones in our house to go with the Italian. So I switched from the robin egg blue, and that's because my front room is a blue color. And then my bedroom's a different blue color. They're all jewel tones. So it's rose gold in here, like the rose stone. So I did not want the pink. So my husband wanted the coffin. So I got him the coffin one. We decided that we were going to keep them up year round. They are going to be sitting in the front dining room for Halloween. So here is the piece that he wanted. Okay. And it's pretty sizable. And I didn't like the color. And if you looked at any of them, they did the painting very badly on all of them. I was not happy with the painting. They did the painting really bad here. If you see this, you can see the black around the face, on the roses, on the skeleton. And this one was the better one of all of them, on just the coffins. So I told my husband, I said, tell you what, because I mean even the roses matched the dresses. I told him, I said, well, I know you like that one. I'll get you that one, but I really like the other one too. So I said, if we get them, we're going to put them out year round, but I'm going to repaint them. Because you could even see where there's black on the skeleton's fingers. So our wedding colors were like a light blue, but I wanted to use color shift at the same time. It takes multiple coats of blue, and then I color shifted them, and I'm still not done painting them. So I've been working on this one for a while. And it's time for me to work on the black to go back in and deepen to get into the cracks and crevices. But this is the one redone. So this has had the level of 3 coats of blue. And then, and I got into the crevices. This wasn't even painted back here. And then there's a part back here that wasn't painted, that wasn't painted. So see, I need to get in here and do the black. I need to get in there and do the black down around in here. And then I want to get up, see where it's white up in here. I want to properly do that. So I do want to do that with you guys. And I want to get in here and paint her. So I want to get in here and do a little painting with you guys. So I'm probably going to have to move the table over. And then when I get done, I'm going to paint the teeth white. And then when I also get done, I'm going to turn, and I may or may not put eyeballs to them. But they're actually going to stay out year round. But I'm going to use a black metallic. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I'll use my flat black. No, I'll use flat black. I'm going to squirt out some black because I have a big black. I'm going to have to put some black in this anyway. Oh, that was bad. I got black paint all over my floor and all over my hands. That's not good. That's not even getting out of my big container yet. Very good, Constance. I have these little squeeze bottles. I needed to fill it up to work on my snake. That's just me thinning that out for that bottle. I'm gonna clean up my floor. Antique in the crevices, that works too. I got, that's my pour paint too. I've got my iron in here from ironing my window pieces for Halloween. Pull out my big acrylic color paint. This is over almost a gallon of paint. flying. All over my arm. Yay! There's a pressure coming back. And that's exactly why I would do in the yard and working on peg projects while you don't have good clothes on. And while you have a craft room. Yep. And I need to pour some paint off directly from that and thin that too. You don't want thick paint to work on what I'm about to work on. Even with that. Because this is thicker paint. It just jetted across. Live, Felix, alive. Got that. If you have a clean craft room, God bless you, because and there ain't no such thing as a clean craft room if you're a real crafter. I do clean my floor in here probably 2-3 times a week. Legit. I did it like 2 days ago. I make a mess all the time. Okay, so that should be plenty of paint for this sift. Yes, then when I do it all at one shot. I'm just cleaning that bottle. See, a little bottle has a needle tip. So, if I'm gonna make a mess, I make it all at one time. Told you I got a lot of projects. You guys get to see it all. If you're gonna enjoy it, enjoy it all. You're gonna see me start to transform the coffin too. Because I'll start on the pink dress, turn it blue. It takes 3 coats. I'm not happy. I'm going to have to paint the skeletons. I may not have to because it's black. It might work in with the antique-y. Because I'll antique the skeletons anyway. I'm not antique at all. Can't spend much more. I think I've been on here an hour now. And it's the sun's starting to go down. So let me pour 2 squirts here. Clam up my, when I say I have a lot of black, see if I could show you. It's big. I can't even get it all in shot here. Put it back over. I'm gonna thin it out. My little palette. It's my pour paint. Yeah, it's for pouring. Pouring canvases. Pouring stones, pouring whatever. I have all the stuff to do, pour that, pour this. Okay. So I'm gonna mix it in the bottom of my paintbrush. So it's thin. It's on top of dry paint. I'm gonna just take hot water to it. And take another. You guys wonder why I go through baby wipes like crazy. These happen to be alcohol wipes. My husband got a bunch of them. work. In addition to my baby wipes, I bought big boxes full of packages of them. I use them because of working with epoxy, and I clean up everything constantly with my tables. They're all cotton, environmental friendly. I'm cleaning up over here, so I need different tips. I got all my little tips here. Let me see which one I'm gonna need. I want to work on the one here. See if I can pull you guys down. Okay. See if I move my table over. Bring this light over. I might just bring you over, because I have Boney Maroney. I have projects over here to do. Let me bring you. Where there's more light. My kids over here. We're at the desk here. Yeah. Okay. Better lighting. Let's see what I got here. There, something a little better lighting. This is something I haven't shared yet to sell. I have to put it together. So my little black paint. Let's see if we can get in here. Get in here. Way in the details here. And those little details. I know I probably poured too much, but I'll usually put it back into a jar or something. I don't waste nothing. But there's so many little spots that drive me crazy. See up in here? It didn't make any sense to me. It's up in his coat. Just some little places it didn't make any sense. It wasn't painted, and they just did a crappy job. See, like around his spine here. I mean, if you were just using it for a Halloween prop. I'm not going to be perfect, but it's got to look better. Just working my way around. Just up in the cavities of the chest. See, that doesn't make any sense right there either. That makes more sense to me right here. That looks way better. Don't you think? Now, getting up in there around his collar. That's going to be tricky. Like right here. Yeah, let's see if I can approach that. That one went with no problem. As long as Mickey decides not to come over here, which he is. He's wanting to come over here. I have to get a different tip brush. This is getting a little complicated right here. No, Mick. No, Mick. No, Mickey. No, Mickey. No, no, no. No, Mickey. Ready to pull away, guys, because Mickey's right there. No, Mickey. No, Mickey. Nope, nope, nope. Yeah, try that. Mickey likes to be on camera a lot. If you know Mickey, Mickey has to have his FaceTime. So I'm trying to get in that edge right around the hand again. But this one's right around where she's cuffing his face. This is a tight spot. No, Mickey. No, 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 no. I love you, Mickey. I really would like them to see this, what I'm doing. I really would like them to see, Mickey. I love you. Bad timing. Any other project, Mickey? Any other project, Mick? Why? When I'm painting. No, Mick. Okay, give me a second. I'm at a spot and I'll come right back to you guys. Okay, you see where I got it? Right down around the collar there. All right. So Mickey went back. Poor little Mickey, he went back to his bed. But there's a spot right here around the collar there. I don't know if that's more of his skull there or his... Yeah, there's a whole bunch right there. Right here. That looks way better. That shows him a lot better. I'm just debating right up and through here, but his hat, definitely, you can see that. So if we do that as a nice roll here. I see a hair that's driving me crazy. I'll have to do the whole inside rim so it's all the same color. Be careful rolling this around. Oof. Put my arm against the edge of the desk, hurts. The sound you hear is my little sundials. I have my son's Jack and my, don't know why my little skulls aren't moving as much. My little Hawaiian girl and my little Cupid not working anymore. His eyes definitely don't work. That looks way better there. I can see a spot there I need to touch up. See if I can get in there. Oh yeah, you can see it up around the ruffle. Oh, let's let the hand. See a spot there. Definitely see a spot right there. Always see spots. That looks way better there. And see right there. See if I can get down in that little crack. Not only there, but here. Got that. Now, let's see if I can get down into that spot. That's a little complicated. I'll have to do that one off the camera here, guys. It's a little dark spot there. Well, there's a spot I can't even show you that's so deep in there. Oh, it's deep. I have to attack it from 2 angles. Can I get it from the other angle? if I got it. Did I get it? I think that's his rib cage right there. Okay, looking over it. Touching up. And touch up around the roses. Right here. And touch up a little bit more around the cap. Oop, found a spot. My brush is getting dry from the fan. I like the little details. I don't know if you can see it on her neck. I think it looks way better. Yeah. I'm gonna call it no matter what. I haven't decided on whether to do the eyes black. I think I'm gonna call this one finally done. And I haven't decided, well, besides the teeth, I gotta paint them white. And then, let's do that real quick. And then do a couple coats of blue. Clean the brush in my hands real quick because I had all that black. And I'm gonna disinfect the brush real quick, and then I throw little droplets of white on the teeth. And then I think that'll be ready for little antiquing, but I don't want to antique it until the other one's ready. And then they'll be ready for the mantle and the fireplace. Again, I like having both of them to antique at the same time. Because I have special places for both of them to be for Halloween. And then they're going to stay up the whole time. So let me get my tiny brush and the white. And then we'll throw some blue on the dress. Before I put blue on the dress, I want to show you something else. We'll take a break from that. So I just took out the white that I was working with before, and we'll put a little white on the teeth. Flip them. Just barely tap into it. And they look funny with white teeth right now, but when I antique... Okay, I can't see, the light's too bright. I might have to get my pour. Let me put some of my pouring nut within it. Thick. When I antique them, because I know they look like chiclets right now. When I antique them, they'll stand in between. It's hard for me to see. Sorry, guys. I can't see. I got the light almost directly in my face. It's good for you guys, bad for me. People laugh at my teeth. They say, oh, you got chiclets. Thank you. Thank you very much. I like my white teeth. I paid a lot for them. Again, they'll stand out. So when I go to antique this, I'll rub it in with a probably Q-tip. It gets in between all the little cracks. And it will make them stand out. You just want them slightly, and I'll show you what they look like. Slightly white. There. Just slightly white. And then I will put the cap on this. Just got a little tip of white. Let me wash it off. I put Kaboom in the sink. Cleaning the sink at the same time. Okay, so I will consider that technically done. And I'm going to put this behind it. So while the sun is actually on it, it'll slightly bake it. So I'm going to put this over. Whether it dries on and I can peel off most of it, I'll do that. No big deal. So I'm going to pull you up since you're over here. And if you guys have, let me go pull one that I did last year. I believe I did share it. Pretty sure I shared this one last year that I did. These I believe you could buy for $3.94 at Walmart. And I made this one last year. I'll turn this light off. I did this one last year. Made the teeth. I literally made the teeth. And I painstakingly Took a needle and wire and put it through here, tore up the eye, screwed in screws to the doll. This year, I am doing pinhead. Starting to. I have my Dremel over here so you guys can see this. My Dremel is right there. It's on a Dremel Dremel, I don't know what it is, grip. And I've been slowly sticking holes in this one. And yeah. And we are going to use toothpicks. So it's got a new battery in it, a charged battery. It is loud, so I apologize. And we're just going to stick holes in it. I think my son broke the drill tip because the holes are bigger. Notice the difference in hole? Let me replace the battery. I have to have a conversation with him. It's just made a difference in this. Doesn't change the creep factor, but does change the factor of what I'm going to put in it. Trying to make it look exactly like Pinhead. Let's go back over all the holes. It's pretty hold. Unless we give it a lip ring too. Yeah, let's stop there. Yeah, it's pretty holy now. Look at my table. Yeah, pretty penhead. And next step, we're gonna go ahead and paint this, and I'm gonna stop for this video. So, I wanted to do something beyond the norm on this one. Interesting fleshy color. I was looking at I wanted to mix like a flesh tone with a purple. I know that's unusual. With the color shift, the color shift isn't gonna make any difference. It's just the color that I was looking at. And then I definitely gotta get outside and work. Flesh to it, but I need a bigger brush. Let's see if I can put you guys down now. The color shift color is Plum Flash. And then it's just I believe it's Flesh. So it's going to give it more of a gray tone. It still has that purple. It'll give a metallic look to it, but it's not going to give a color shift look. And this will probably be base, and I'll probably have to come in and do another mix of the same thing. The black still may show through around the eyes, which is fine. Again, I'll probably try to come in and pop on again tonight, because I really got to get these projects done. I'm not worried about the holes if they close. Because if I go a little darker with this, and what I might do is maybe get a Ziploc bag and zip up with the paint this time. I like this. It's like a zombie-ish color. And again, it's not gonna be nice on strokes. Not expecting it to be nice on strokes. The first coat. This is laying down a base. That's gonna start giving you an idea. Yeah, I'm a kind of a fan of Hellraiser, but it would have came out better. I'm pretty sure my son, when he put the new battery on, broke the tip. And I go through so many of those tiny little tips, drill bits. And they're not cheap to get the little ones. Yeah, I'm gonna try to put loops, earrings on this sucker. Maybe some chains. Depends on how much time I have. Those little details make all the creepy difference. Sometimes I put these little babies out on my racks for the creepy bloody areas. It's like they were tortured. I probably should have sprayed it for the first coat. I don't have purple. I only have certain colors. But it would have made a good first coat. I will have to put an inside color. When you do the babies, you really need to paint the inside of them. Otherwise, it doesn't work. You'll still see the white. But if you've ever made doll babies, and my mom used to, she used to do Cabbage Patch babies and other babies. They really do have that ring, so if you don't want that ring, I highly suggest you cut it off. Especially if you want it to look more like a baby. Me, I don't mind it. It helps to balance it. So it looks like I may end up using the whole thing because it's drying pretty quick. And again, I'm not worried about the holes because I can pop them. It's a matter of initially getting it. Oh yeah, this is creepy. I like this color. It's like somebody choked the baby. No offense. And obviously I wouldn't. My son turned blue after he was born and technically initially died. So this is pretty close to a death color. My whole background's criminal justice, folks, so, and forensic science, so I kind of know some of this shit. It's creepy. Yes, that's how I know some of this stuff. And I love horror movies. My neighbor's afraid even of a scary pumpkin, so she doesn't want to see my yard. I keep telling her, I said, yeah, no, don't come in my yard. Can't even handle my scary pumpkins. And this is just me trying to get some of the holes. Seeing what I got left of the paint. I'm trying to get some more of the inside. Obviously, it'll need more coats on the inside, but just a quickie inside and getting so I can get some of the holes that pop through. go ahead and use up the paint. It's gonna look like crap, but I gotta fix where I had my fingers. Pretty creepy, huh? So what I'm gonna do is put this on my little holster thing so I can dry it and I can wipe that off later. Again, this is coat 1. I think that one last year took 3 plus I did an aging effect on it. And I'm gonna set it here. Oop. I just knocked its brains out. Touch it up here. It should be all right. And I'm going to end that there, guys. And I have to get out because it's getting dark. And stay tuned for me coming back in later. And I'll get back to the head. I will get back to... I will put the I will start working on the coffin. And maybe I'll go ahead and antique that one piece and put that away. And I'll get back to the skull, king crown skull. In the other candle upper one, and finish up the flowers, put those away, get those for ready for later, and then we'll get to Boney Maroney. You'll get to know who he is, and that's a baby skeleton, and we'll get to some other projects that are sitting here. Like I said, I have bunches and bunches, and I do have a large skeleton to do this year. We're going to burnify him. If you remember me doing a big one last year, we're going to do another big one. And we have a flying skeleton to do this year. So stay tuned. I have lots to do.